Hello, I'm Stephanie Hunsinger, State Director for AARP New Jersey. Welcome to our voter guide for the 2021 governor's race. Joining us to give their views on issues important to the 50-plus are the Republican nominee, Jack Ciattarelli, and the Democratic nominee, Phil Murphy. Each of the candidates will answer the same 4 questions on issues that 50-plus residents have told us they care about. These include caregiving, prescription drug prices, retirement security, and building an age-friendly New Jersey. Each candidate had 60 seconds to answer, and neither candidate could hear the opponent's response. We thank the candidates for meeting with us, and we thank you for taking the time to become informed on the issues. And don't forget to vote on November 2nd. AARP research shows 3 in 4 adults 50 and older want to stay in their homes and communities as they age. But New Jersey's funding to ensure more residents can age in place needs to be better balanced. Only 1/5 of New Jersey's Medicaid and state-funded long-term care spending goes towards home and community-based services. How will you ensure New Jerseyans are able to receive the care they need to remain in their homes and communities as they grow older?
First of all, let me say, as someone who wants to be the governor of New Jersey, thank you to AARP for what it does to represent and advocate for all of our citizens 50 years of age and older. If for obvious and understandable reason, people want to live out their lives in their homes. Who wouldn't want to? Of course, there are challenges with having to live out your life in your home, and there are a great many home health care agencies throughout New Jersey that help make that achievable for our seniors. As governor, I'll make sure that Medicaid dollars are dedicated to support the home health care agencies that help people live out their lives in their homes.
Yeah, first I want to thank AARP, who have been a great partner at every step of the way, first as a candidate and now as governor. And by the way, I'm in the 50-plus bracket myself, so this is personal. We've made a lot of progress, and we still have a ways to go, but we have put a lot more money into community-based organizations. We put a lot more money into property tax relief, especially through the homestead rebate. We updated the fiscal year upon which the calculations are made, and that's going to save folks money. We've raised the income threshold where you've got tax-free income up to $150,000. Again, we've made a lot of progress, but without question, we have more work to do, and we'll stay at it. If we're fortunate enough to get a second term, seniors will continue to be one of, if not our highest priority.
AARP New Jersey wants the state to establish a prescription drug affordability board with the authority to set upper payment limits on expensive drugs. This is part of a long-term plan to make prescription drugs more affordable. What is your plan to lower prescription drug prices for New Jerseyans?
Yeah, first of all, it's one of the biggest scourges for seniors, the unpredictability of prescription drug costs, some of which skyrocket without any notice. I'm open-minded to the board as an idea. I like the creativity. You know, we've tried to limit already, we've signed legislation to limit cost sharing. We've put more money into the so-called PAD program, P-A-A-D, which will touch more seniors. We work with our federal delegation and have discussions regularly with them and with the pharmaceutical industry to find ways to have a much more predictable, a much more measurable, a much more reasonable reality as it relates to prescription drug pricing. It's something that comes up far too often as a surprise, and it's never a positive surprise. Again, we've made a good amount of progress. I want to continue to make more progress in a second term.
The Veterans Administration, the Department of Defense, and Medicaid all have the right to negotiate lower drug prices for the citizens that they serve. I believe that Medicare should have that right too. The good news is President Biden has put forth a proposal for Congress to direct Medicare to negotiate drug prices. I'm hopeful that that proposal will succeed. If it does not, as governor, I look forward to working in partnership with AARP on various programs that ensure that seniors can afford their drugs.
Currently, nearly 1.7 million private sector New Jerseyans have no way to save for retirement in their workplace. That's why a law was passed in 2019 to give them an easy pathway to start saving. What will you do to implement New Jersey's Secure Choice Savings Program to provide an opportunity for New Jerseyans to save for retirement?
Other than one's well-being, nothing is more important than planning for retirement, particularly through savings. The good news is New Jersey has a mandatory retirement program that employers must offer. That program is in its pilot stage. Soon that first year will come to an end, and we're going to evaluate how successful that program was. I hope that it is. If it was not, I will sit down with policymakers to see what changes need to be made to make sure that program exists so people can save for retirement, or if we need an entirely new program. But as governor, I'm committed to providing people incentives and encouragement to plan for their retirement.
Yeah, I was proud to enact Secure Choice in 2019, which probably feels like 5 lifetimes ago. And I remember the day very, very much vividly. AARP was at my side as we did it. And this touches 1.7 million New Jerseyans, and they deserve the peace of mind. So we've begun the process. We want to make sure this now touches as many of that cohort as possible. Again, we've established it. We've made a lot of progress. I want to continue to make progress. It's another reason why I need a second term.
This year, New Jersey became the 9th state to join the AARP network of age-friendly states and communities. Joining this network is a commitment to improving such areas as housing, transportation, outdoor spaces, and access to needed services to make the state a better place for residents of all ages. How will you ensure New Jersey is a more age-friendly place for us all as we grow older?
Yeah, I think one of the proudest moments I've had over the past year is to establish the age-friendly state designation with AARP. In fact, I'm looking forward to populating the age-friendly state advisory council. From moment one, we've been focused on making this state more affordable, especially for seniors. So we've made a lot of progress on property taxes, but frankly, we inherited a mess. We still have a ways to go. But at the same time, making the investments that folks want and cherish and the reason why they stay in New Jersey. Quality of life, investments in our communities, making our schools, public health, infrastructure among the top in the entire country. In all 3 of those areas, our recent budget all-time high investments. And by the way, some of that either directly or indirectly goes right at property tax relief. So we're going to continue to stay at it. We've made, like a lot of other things for seniors, we've made a lot of progress, but we still have a ways to go, and it's another reason I want to work with you to get a second term in New Jersey.
As governor, I'm committed to ensuring that the quality of life for our senior citizens here in New Jersey is second to none. To me, primarily that means providing access to health care, supermarkets, outdoor opportunities. I'm very happy to learn that New Jersey is designated as an age-friendly state by AARP. I want to continue to work in partnership with AARP to make sure that we meet every expectation with regard to being an age-friendly state so people can live a high quality of life as they live out their lives right here in New Jersey.
For more information on voting and where the candidates stand on issues important to the 50+, please visit us at aarp.org/NJ Votes.